Hmm. So there's two things going on here. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me, because I have conflicting information from YouTube. One thing is saying that an error occurred, and then another thing is saying that I have an excellent connection. So, is there anybody out there? Hey, Emra, or Emry, how should I say that? If you're saying Germany, I'm going to say Emra. Can y'all hear me? Oh, cool. Thank you very much for saying so. And hello, Blue Fire. And Connor Perry, hello. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Been used. Hey, Armand, hello. Ben, hello. Well, you know, I think, what do we have here? There's only 15 people here now. I'll give it a few minutes before I kick off the evil timer, as usual. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start off with gameplay. What do you guys think? Just do that, and then I'll do maybe some chatting and triggers and the like. So let me move this out of my way. And I don't need that up just now. Right, that's all kind of more or less out of my way. Oh, here we are. We're in this. Come on, Bill. Watch what you're doing here. So we want to move this, shrink it here. Where do I want to put that? Let's put this over here. And then let's shrink me a bit too. And put me over there as well. That should keep me out of the way of the puzzles, I think. Although I think I'm going to be looking, because if I'm looking that way now, I'm going to be looking the wrong way, aren't I, when I'm looking over there? Because I'm going to be looking that way, but that's facing away from the thing. So you know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to do this. You guys are probably like, what the hell, dude? All right, let's put it over here. Put this one over here. Like that. Like that. Let me go back to this. There you go. Hey, Mike, how's it going? All right, so now that I'm looking over here, it should look like I'm kind of looking at the game then, right? Is that kind of what's going on here? Yeah, that looks more or less better. All right. Yeah, chibi. All right, what am I doing here? Trying to play a game. I've already done this one. You know, that's fine. I'll do it again. Who cares? All right. Push this. Oops. Am I not in the right window? What's going on? Okay, that was, yeah. I think I kind of remembered that. So clearly I've solved it, because I have a solution down here. Excuse me, I have to have a small drink of soda. I'm not seeing it. It seems like clearly you got to get over here and push this one down, because this is going to have to go over to come down that way. But I think let's just do this way, I think, like that. And push that guy down, but then to be able to all right, what's going to happen here? I So I think push this guy like this over here, and then I push this guy like this here, and then I push this one down. I can push this one over here, push that one there, and there we go. And alright, that's 2 moves too many, but alright, I'm not going to worry about it. That's good enough for government work, as we used to say. I don't know, do people still say that? I'm going to see, I need to keep on comments here, don't I? Hey James, how's it going? So, am I saying it even close to proper? Am I saying, what did I say, Emra? I said the at the end because of Germany, right? You say the at the end of words. The E is right? But, sorry to single you out like that. I don't mean to. And how is this? It's all. How is the sound quality for you guys? It looks like I have a lot of noise here somehow. Hey, Nasal Penny. How you doing? Well, anyway, okay. Back to, let's go play another game, I guess. Hey, Parker. I think gotta get this one over here to get it out of the way, right? I think I need to have it completely out of the way. Oh, that was silly. What am I doing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, there we go. That's probably way too many moves, but yep, again, 2 more moves than I needed. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mike, thank you. Zycelum. I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope that's Zycelium. I don't know. There you go. Correct me if you can give me a better phonetic thing so I can not make a fool of myself by mispronouncing your name. Okay, I'm glad. It's just I keep seeing this little thing in the sound meters. It's making me think, what the hell's that? But, okay, never mind. So I do a new one here. You know, I think I'm going to go to this, because these, well, you know, never mind. I'll just keep playing it. It just seems like I've maybe played this one for you guys already just recently, but maybe not. Wait, what do I need to do here? This needs to get out of the way, clearly. And then when I do this here, but what, this is going to be in my way still. I guess I go like this. And then, okay, I guess that's it, isn't it? I guess push that guy there. Oop. God, I keep going too crazy, man, with the buttons. Going crazy, man. Well, that one was, I guess, what you're supposed to do. Okay. All right, thanks for letting me know. Zycelium. Okay. I'll probably forget next time. You know what I mean? Being the well, you know, my memory is what my memory is. There's no, you know, making excuses for it is just silly. But okay, I think that. I push this one. Oh, I see. Right. Okay, man. So you have to have both of them up over the thing. I'll just move that one that way. That way I'll have room to just move it. And here we go. We're going to go down, 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 down. There we go. And let's go to here. And, I was going to do this, but it just dawned on me there might be a different way of doing it. There might be. Wait, what? Let me restart that. What am I doing that? If I go, I want to get that out of the way, right? Just to move it over. If I push that up, seems like I need to push this down to get at this one. To do this one. All right. Do what I want to do, even if it is a bit boring. You know, that's what I tend to do, isn't it? I think I'm going to restart this one. Because I'm thinking, is there any advantage to switching those around? No, I guess there's not, is there? I was thinking if I did this one first. That does actually, that messes it up, doesn't it? You can't get back around it. So yeah, never mind. I think we need to get that guy out of the way. And then now we can come get this one. Oh, I see. That was see, they suckered me. I see, I should have remembered that, because I can't push this one off the wall. There's no place to push it out from. So this one that's up here, this one has to go there, which means I have to get this one out of the way. Push. All right, I see what to do now. All right. So push this one down like that. Push that out of the way like that. Now to get in, I have to do this, don't I? And then come back around. And push this guy and then that guy. All right. Wow. 10 too many moves. Well, it'll just have to do, won't it? Hey, Walking Donut, how's it going? All right. I'll just push that through. I'm going to have to push this one through too, aren't I? But I have to take that one all the way up too, don't I? So let's just do this. All right, well, that was all right. So, I think I have to push this all the way back down, don't I? Okay. So far so good, but these are all pretty basic, aren't they? I mean, it's kind of, well, it's kind of the point, right? It's doing ASMR. I mean, I guess I could go find one of the big ones, but it doesn't seem like the best thing to do for a live stream. Seems like playing the kind of just silly small ones is the best thing to do. I think I want to go push this one up first, right? Bring that one here like this. And too many moves. Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave it like that. I mean, how many people do I have? I want to kick out the timer so I don't screw up my back. We have 35 people, it says here. All right. Sorry, all, but the evil timer must get started. And there it goes. All right. Now back over to here. Yeah, okay. What time does the clock say? That's not bad, too. Quarter after. That's only an extra few minutes. Won't be too horrible. Do I want to go all the way up like this? I feel like there's a disadvantage in... Right, yeah, like that. See, I see what's going on there. Like, see, I guess either way you have to do that extra move there. I don't know how to incorporate that in and have it not be an extra thing. Yeah, see, and again, that's the 2 extra moves. So clearly there's a way of going through that where you don't have to do that dit thing. No, I'm not going to chase it in. It's not worth the effort. At least in my mind right now, it isn't. Holy mackerel, how do you even get this one started? If I push this one, I guess I just push that one all the way over there, don't I? No, I don't want to do that. I want to push it over. Okay, I want to push it over. But I want to push it up like that. Oh no, I have to do this, don't I? I'm going to have an extra move in there because I didn't back up instead of doing whatever. Okay. This is heebie-jeebie. There we go. So how was that? Yeah, 4 extra moves. Yeah, that's all right. That's not the end of the world. How is everything looking over here? That's fine. It bothers me when that one part for YouTube is saying there is an error. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. That's really, I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that other than say thanks. Oh, I didn't see Rob's comments about the timer. Of course, Rob and the timer. It's like, yeah, if there's going to be a movie made, it's going to be, you know, Rob and doing battle with the timer. Sorry, sometimes weird shit just pops into my head. Anyway, let's play some more game, I guess, for a bit, and then... Alright, so this... Oh man, okay. This is a knot, isn't it? Wait a minute, it says I have a solution, but then the little gold star isn't lit up. Interesting. Well... so if I... Hey, Rational. Hey, Catmanda. How's it going? Or is it Kate Manda? And I think I'm always screwing people's names up. I probably am. I apologize for that. See, I want to get this. How am I going to get this there? Okay, I guess this can come down now. But that has to go all the way around, doesn't it? It's got to go that way. Yikes, so now what do I do for this? Okay, I've kind of screwed the pooch here. Let me start over. Hey, Jules. See, I knew it. Well, thanks for laughing about it, Kate Manda, as opposed to, I don't know, throwing bombs at me or something. So I'm like, see, I have to get this up to here and around, right? So that's fine. So that's fine. I have to get that up and around. But I need to do it in a way that I can, this guy's got to go there. Oh, that's what I do. Push that guy there. Now push them up. There we go. And I'm going to have to do that to both of them, aren't I? Yep. They both have to come around that way. All right. Okay. I see what I'm doing now anyway. At least I think so. And then I have to come back all the way around. But I can push this guy up now, can't I? Wow. I hope that's not too horribly loud for you guys. What in the world is going on? Maybe they're not remembering that I'm doing a live stream tonight. I don't know. I doubt they even keep track, to be honest. Alright, it looks like I just got another comment in my peripheral vision. There we go. Let me go see what's going on. WrestleMania upstairs, right? Yeah, Rob. Yeah. Well, it's just that people live upstairs. I mean, I say that people live upstairs like they're random people. They're not. It's my niece and her partner. Yeah, so anyway. What am I doing here? Keep your head about you, Bill. What are you doing? All right, this one looks like that's it, yeah? No, I did it in 5, so how do you do it in 4? I guess you do it like, there's how you do it in 4, okay. They're battling the evil timer up there. Man, I'm telling you, Rob, you got to do like some kind of manga or something with the, a monster timer that goes through, I don't know what it does to people, but something heinous anyway. Holy mackerel. Okay, this is another one of those where it seems like it's just got to get it off the ground to get it going. So this can get pushed. I don't want to push it to there, though, because that'll be right next to that, and then they'll be stuck together. All right. I can push this guy here. There's room to push that guy there, so I can do that, right? Yeah, I think that's what you do. Push that guy out of the way there. Push this one over here. Push this one there. Well, 76. Yeah, it's still close enough. I'm not going to chase down 6 moves. Oh, man. All right. Sometimes I amuse myself. Okay, this needs to come out. That needs to go out. This needs to come. I need to figure out a way of getting. I'm not sure. Let me start this over. Hang on. So if I don't push that all the way out, if I push it like that, is that the better thing to do? I don't see what I'm supposed to do here. I feel like I'm making more of it than I should be. If I go like this, see, that doesn't get me anywhere because I can't push that down, so that's not it. Hey, Ted. Nice emojis. So, I know I need to push that guy off so it can get up. So what is it? What is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. If I push that. Okay, hang on. If I push this over. Man, you know what? I'm going to load up my previous solution. Let's see what I did before, because I don't see it. Oh, man, yeah, duh. I feel silly now. All right, well, never mind. What am I, Domingo, doing? Hey, Anna, how's it going? I'm doing okay. And, yeah, I'm just playing some Sokoban, and basically, I don't know. We can argue about how successful I am at it tonight, but basically just, I don't know, just odds, whatever it is that I do. Well, clearly I have to push that down. There's no getting around that. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to push that over. And now I'm going to have to do what? Seems like seem right either. Alright, so let's take this. Let's push this one up. Let's push this one. I think it needs to come down. I'm struggling with how to get that one. It's the same kind of mess as the last one was, isn't it? I got to start over. I know I have to come down here. There's no getting around that. Maybe I don't need to push that one over just yet, but this needs to come in here like this. How is it that I get this one over there? Hey Dylan, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Maybe I'm going to have to stop playing Sokoban tonight because I seem to be not doing so well. I wonder if I just go push this one out of the way for a minute. Let's just go do that. He can just sit there. Maybe that's what you need to do. Just get it out of the way. Push this one up here like that. And then now go take this mess apart and redo it, I guess. Now what am I going to do? I guess I'm doing this again, aren't I? Just need to get this one down. Oh wait, let me back up. I don't think I needed to do all that. Let me back up. Yeah, I did, because it was on the top. That's the problem. Okay, yeah, let's go forward. I have to get it down before I can, right, okay. Right, now you have to go over to there. And you have to come over to here, and we go like that, and like that. And yeah, that seems to be about what I do on this one. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Dylan. Well, hopefully we can, you can hang out with us and it'll be relaxing or pleasing or comforting or something. Anyway, that's my hope. Okay. How much time do we have on the timer? Where did it get to? Okay. So I'll play games for a few more minutes and then I'll move to triggers. Okay, I need to get out of there. So which way do I want to do this? I think I want to go up and over. Maybe not. Yeah, I do. Okay. Boy, that's a lot of up and around, isn't it? Especially with that one block right in the middle, huh? Okay. And we'll go get this last guy here. Yippee-yay. That wasn't so bad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about any of the setbacks, Dylan. So you're still still struggling with getting that off the podcasting off the ground then? I think I have to come up around here again like this. Now this goes up there, doesn't it? Come on, push the buttons, Phil. And I wonder if I should have not done that just yet. I think I shouldn't have done that just yet. Let me back up. I think what I should do, maybe. Oh no, that's fine. I think I can do it this way. All right, I think that's fine. All right. Although, you know what? Here, I'm gonna. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, we can do it this way. That'll be all right. It's gonna be not good as far as the. I don't know why I bothered with that. Should have just done that already. Anyway. I keep hitting the wrong keys. There we go. All right. Yeah, there's something to be said for determination and, you know, sticking to what you're trying to do, but there's also something to be said for don't beat yourself up. You know what I mean? You got to find that balance of doing what needs to be done, but sometimes setbacks just happen, especially with creative nonsense. How am I getting this? It seems like I think I need to this because I think I have to put it there to move it back. You know what I mean? Because I think I have to do this to. No, I guess not. I'm going to go around it this way. There's got to be a better way of doing this than that. Holy mackerel. Hey, Ryan. Oh, man, that is amazingly generous. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that, I mean, I'm sorry you had a tough week, man, but, well, I'm happy that you could make it here, you know, and hang out with us. That's really incredible, man. I appreciate your generosity. Okay, so everybody, hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Yay. How's that for an ASMR cheer? Anyway, thanks again, Ryan. I really do appreciate it. All right, okay. Back to the game. Yeah, just push this down. This over like that. Like that, I guess, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I can't do better than I have that two extra moves in there somewhere. So, all right. Oh no. This all has to come around this way, doesn't it? So you have to go down here. Let's just put you out of the way for a minute. You need to go at least to there to be out of the way. All right, the first one has to go and get put right there. Right? Am I thinking about this right? Oh no, I am not. Oh, maybe I am. Yeah, I guess so. Right, I can do this. Push this one around like that. All right, I need to sort this out already from here, don't I? Because I think I need to do this. Wait, what am I doing here? I think I need to do this. Push that one there. Go like this. Yeah, yeah, that's what we do. Then we push this one like that. Push that one there to take that spot. And now, where do we go? And it's way too many moves, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. Holy mackerel. Kate Manda. That's amazing. Wow, you guys are like, talk about making it rain. Well, yeah, thanks for showing up, Kate Manda. That's very, very groovy, and that's super generous of you. I really do appreciate it. And, well, yeah, I'm glad to see my channel grow too. Of course I am. Oh, it does. You know, I think the mind test thing seems to be, I don't know, that seems to be the thing that's getting everybody's attention as far as, you know, the YouTube algorithm. And I wonder if it's just because of the, you know, the obvious broader appeal of just game playing, you know what I mean, and that kind of thing, as opposed to these little niche-y puzzles that I like to play. You know, Felix, I think right now it feels like every 3 days is a good pace. So I think I'm going to stick with that for a while. It's still kind of challenging at times because I'm just really bad at managing my time. I get distracted really easily, and you know, that kind of thing. Maybe it's not so much that I get distracted, but I get things that come in where people want things, or I'm thinking, oh, I should do this, or you know, whatever. And it's hard for me to, you know, to set up priorities that that make sense. You know, I mean, I can look back on it and go, oh, I should have done this, this, and this, and then, you know, it's like I try to learn from my mistakes and all that kind of thing. But even, you know, I'm going to be 60 this year, and I'm still really lousy at, you know, time management. Oh, you know what? I just saw Rob's doing the flower thing on his comment, the little flower emojis, and it just made me realize, for Kate Manda, I forgot to do that. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. There we go. So we got another 3 cheers for Kate Manda and Ryan both. So, anyway, thanks, you guys. You should be okay. There's still like an hour left, Taylor. Just, you know, consult the evil timer. That's its purpose. Holy mackerel. Okay. So what am I doing here? Trying to get that over, then down again. So, all right, this is going to be another one of these that there's a bit of a knot. All right, let's just take this over. It seems to be the obvious thing to do is that. Do I want to take it down? I don't think I want to take it down. Wow. The Wizard Tuesday, Zowie. Wait, does the emoji thing say bye? Are you saying goodbye? Is that what's happening? Wow, well, I'm sorry to see you go if that's what the emoji is indicating. But in any case, thanks for your generosity. So again, gang, so another 3 cheers going on. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Yay. Oh, you just like the fox. All right, cool. Well, it's a groovy picture, man. But yeah, right on. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for your generosity. I keep looking over there at the thing. I should be looking at the camera, shouldn't I? Anyway, thanks again for your generosity. For, you know, yeah, and for showing up in the whole thing. It's, you know. So yeah, man, you guys are making me feel, you know, I genuinely appreciate your generosity. I do, but I always feel awkward. I've never been good at that, you know, like accepting compliments or gifts or any of that kind of thing. It always makes me feel kind of. Yeah, you know, the wizard could, or the wizard Tuesday's little fox thing could be waving hi, right? Bye-byes, you know, just maybe somebody projected the wrong language onto him, man, you know. Who knows? Okay. So if I push... Let me back this up. So this has to come up before the first one can go down, because you have to be able to get behind it. So this has to get up. That's got to be a priority. But how do I get that up? So this has to go... Well, it has to come in and out. That's just all there is to that. Thanks, the wizard. All right, I'm going to go push this out around again. Man, I just don't. Man, what am I doing? So that's like... All right, let's push this like this. Push this like that, and I can push... Well, those just stay like that, but then what do I... How do I get this like this? Can I push that one up there now like that? Or am I going to make a knot and tie myself up again? I don't see how this goes. All right, maybe it does. Okay, okay. Zowie. All right. Thought I was going to be stuck there for a minute. And yeah, I'm even worse than my result. So yeah, anyway, 11 out. But oh, you got the chicory. You don't like it, huh? Okay, well, yeah, it's disappointing. I like it, but I guess to each their own. Well, maybe there's somebody you know that you could just give it to or something. Or, yeah, hopefully you didn't buy a big giant bag of it. When I started, I just bought a tiny little pouch of it. Just as a, kind of give it a go sort of thing. But I liked it, so... Okay. So that's got to go like that. Now I need to figure out which... Wow, Felix. Thank you. I appreciate it. There you go. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's really cool. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Yay. The crowd goes wild. Wow, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. Now, what am I doing with this here? So, one needs to get into here. And then, so I guess I really just need to get... Alright, so how am I going to do this now? Seems like I'm having to do an awful lot of... Wait a minute, do I do... I'm not sure how to do this at all right now. I don't know. Let me start this over. And it doesn't look like I've found a solution for this window either, so maybe this is where I got clobbered and had to give up trying to figure these out. Alright, so push that over like that, push this like that, and that goes up. That gets us out. I don't see any other way of getting us out. Is there any other way that gets us out? No. So the only way to get out of this is like that. All right. Oh, man. Because what's the deal here? Where do I want to get them all before? Because if I do... What was I going to do before? I was going to push that like that. And I was going to come push this like this. But then how do I get behind that? I mean underneath it, you know what I mean? To come down here to... Oh man, I don't see how to get... See, if I push this down like this, like, you know, whatever, but it sticks me up there. Come on, let go of that. Let's do this over. Nope, that doesn't do me any good either. So let me take this one around this way. Nope, see, I can't move. I keep trying to figure out a way of getting this one, or the, you know, whoever's here at this spot right there. How do I get that out of my way? Because that's really the thing, isn't it? Because I need to get this one. If I could get that one that way, and I can get this one this way, but well, we have to push this one up. All right, let's try pushing it out of the way this way. Push this one this way. That's that one that way. Okay, because now that'll work. All right. This is so just... Zowie. And I'm like 20-something moves over. That's crazy. But well, whatever. I finally found a solution. So that's all that matters, really. Okay, I need to catch up on that. Yes, we're going to have some tapping stuff later, of course. Actually, what time is it now? Actually, I'll start doing triggers in just a minute here. Have I ever watched? Yeah, I do watch some anime. I'm not a huge anime fan, but I go through these little periods where I get kind of fascinated by it. The one that I am the most enthusiastic about recently is One Punch Man. Yeah, I've actually have watched a couple recently. I can't remember titles. I almost never remember titles, but let me finish up my soda here. Has the Mind Test blockbuster gone to my head yet? Well, I don't know if it's gone to my head yet, but it has me kind of rethinking how I'm going to do my, output schedule, because I think I'm going to try and do Mind Test twice a month, just because it seems so popular. It seems like that the appetite is there for it. So I think and it's clearly I'm just starting out, so there's lots of room for me to do stuff. My only fear is that people are going to get bored of it pretty quickly, because I am just kind of wandering around doing pretty much nothing. And it'll probably maintain a fairly slow pace, but hopefully people will get, what's going on, and the fact that I'm kind of just being that way. But anyway, we'll find out. But yeah, I'm pretty, it's I don't know, it has me optimistic about the future of the channel. So I cross my fingers and hope that it continues. So thanks, Taylor. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with what's going to be going on with One Punch Man for the future. So I can rewatch them now and again, though, just because, I don't know, there's just something about the sense of humor of it that really appeals to me. And I have read a couple of the manga. One of my nephews is really into One Punch Man as well, and so he has the actual physical manga, so I borrowed those from him. But I don't remember how far it went now off the top of my head. Oh, it doesn't matter, but yeah, I'm going to end up using or learning more of the mechanics of the game for sure. My first goal that I'm going to start with for the next episode of Mind Test is I'm going to be a little bit more in earnest about my wandering, and really start looking for a place that I think might make a good spot to, actually put buildings and things like that. So I don't know. We'll see. And then I have to figure out exactly how to build buildings and the like. So I'll probably do a little bit of looking stuff up just to get an example, and, but I'll probably try and do most of that while I'm recording as well, just so that, the idea is you guys can see me go from, excuse me, an idiot that doesn't know anything about the game to somebody who maybe knows something. But it doesn't have a studio to animate yet. Wow, okay. I mean, I don't know anything about the particulars of what's holding it up. I just know that, it's being held up. Anyway, okay, so it's time to move on to do some, so we'll go here, and let's do, well, let's go ahead and start since it was requested. We'll start with the back of the beard brush. All right. Do I like any classic cartoons? Yeah, I like a lot. Well, I don't know. It's been a while, but I used to like a lot of the early Looney Tunes and that kind of thing. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed cartoons quite a bit, and as an adult, I enjoy cartoons. But my adult cartoon appetite tends to be for adult cartoons. Things like Archer and the Venture Brothers and stuff like that. I'll switch to the other. Right? But yeah, and I grew up on Scooby-Doo and all of that, right? I mean, being a kid in the 60s and 70s. I was born in 65, right? So, and I remember stuff like HR Puffin stuff, although that's got live action stuff going on. But, you know, and there was a couple of things that qualified, I think you would call anime today, but we just called them cartoons back then because everything was the same, was Speed Racer and Marine Boy. Those are both animation out of Japan. Yeah, King of the Hill is okay. Oh, it looks like I missed a couple other. Yeah, Pink Panther was good. Plus, I like Andrew Mancini's music, so. You know, Felix, I think you're the first person that said something about Mindtest that they felt was better than Minecraft. There's so many people that are, you know, trying to advise me on how to upgrade or switch or whatever, and it's like, okay, first thing, I'm not going to switch because I don't like Microsoft. You know, I mean, maybe I'm being a curmudgeon, but you know, I'll cop to that, and that's fine. But you know, their OS bothers me, and there's predatory business practices, and you know, all kinds of stuff that, you know. Anyway, so if I can avoid having a relationship with Microsoft, I'm going to. And I don't know. To me, Mindtest seems fine. You know, but I'm not an expert in those types of games. So, but I don't feel a need to chase down a capacity to play Minecraft since I have Mindtest available. I think I'll just stick with Mindtest. Plus, before I installed it, I did do some kind of poking around and looking, at what I was going to be trying to do, right? And there was several people that, in reviews and things, said that Mindtest does better implementation of mods or something, and that it also is because it's open source, and then there's a lot of resources available so that you can learn to do your own, and it's a lot more effective in that. That makes it so that if you really want to get your roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, that which I don't know, I might. I mean, I have ever done computer programming in the past, so who knows? I might want to dust off the skill set and see if I can do any interesting stuff. And I may be misunderstanding. Maybe the platform doesn't really allow you to do any actual coding. It just allows you to do weird fiddling. I don't know yet, so I haven't got into it, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I agree with you, Taylor. That's just one of the many reasons I don't care for Microsoft. I mean, the final straw for me was, I guess I was still using Windows 10 on the other computer before I got this Linux box. And it's like Microsoft's whole hijacking of your system so they could do upgrades, and it's like you're kind of just stuck with them having control of your machine for some period of time. And there's a lot of times it was like really, really inconvenient. And it was just like, all right, fine, screw you guys. And I had preferred Linux in the past, but I had a computer croak, and I had just started my channel, and so I went and bought the machine that's now dead that this one replaces, just because I needed something to do my channel, right? You know what I mean? I'd just finished, kind of getting it up and going, and so I just went to Best Buy that was near my house and bought, the cheapest thing that looked like it would do what I needed it to do horsepower-wise, and, and that was that. But yeah, Jason, that's, now that it's come up in the conversation here and you mention it, I think it could be an interesting thing to think about for the future. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that appeals to me as the more I think about the Mindtest thing as it being a thing, is that, I know so little about it, so there's room for me to learn a lot of stuff. So there's material potential there because I'll be filming and documenting everything, right? But since it's such a robust game, it seems that that in and of itself would be, you know, a source for potential content and intrigue and interest and all of that, just because, you know, it's there, right? So I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic about the future of the mind test aspect of the channel. I just have to be, I want to make sure that I don't turn it into a mind test channel. You know what I mean? It's an ASMR channel, right? You know what I mean? Although on that note, I'll share with you guys, and you guys can give me feedback if, you know, that would be useful. So, I have been over the past several months trying to, which is why I've been tinkering with, you know, release dates and what I release and all this kind of thing. So I've been trying to figure out how to, you know, be a better YouTuber from, you know, the algorithm standpoint and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, two things that kind of disappoint me but are just, you know, seem to be true is that storytime stuff doesn't do well at all. I mean, I know that the people who like it when I do the reading the stories, they seem to like it a great deal, but there's just not a lot of them. So it's like when I do like the Nettie and Becky, you know, stories, those like really hurt my analytics stuff. So one thing I'm considering two things. Well, three things, I guess. The first thing would be the easiest thing is that I just rarely do them. You know what I mean? Just because, you know, whatever. Although I don't like the idea of that just because, I mean, I hate the idea of artificially, you know, not doing them. Just saying, oh, I'm going to do them less frequently than I would like to because it's, you know, hurting my analytics. You know, that, But, you know, the truth is I have to be mindful of the analytics, don't I? So options 2 and 3 are, one would be to move the Nettie and Becky and maybe even Goethe and stuff like that, or maybe just all of the reading stuff, move that to Patreon, because I haven't really looked into this because it's just in my head as a notion, but I think that I could host it or, you know, put it up on Patreon and have it be not behind the membership wall. I think there's ways that I can make stuff like that available for just anybody. I'll have to double check that. So that's one option. And option 2 is that I just create a secondary, so I'll have 4 channels that will just be me reading stories, you know what I mean? And then like once or twice a month I'll put out, you know, a story time video of some kind. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I just do them rarely? Should they have their own channel? Should I do them on Patreon but free? Those are the 3 things I'm considering now. Terrence Malick, that name seems really familiar. Yeah, I have to look that up. I'm not sure if I know who he is or not. The name seems really, really familiar to me, but I couldn't place a name or anything to it. Wow, Taylor, that's crazy about that. Yeah, but you see, that's part of the hassle with you know, with Microsoft, right? Well, a lot of these big companies, like, they're really trying to, you know, watch their bottom line and all this. I get that because it's, you know, capitalism, right? But it's like they keep like making it so that you can't interact with humans, right? You know what I mean? It's like I've started noticing on what is it, Spotify, the music streaming thing that I listen to pretty frequently. There's ads that have been playing that I'm certain are AI ads. I mean AI ads as in somebody said, hey, make me an ad that, you know what I mean? And I don't think anybody wrote the script. I don't think anybody's doing the voiceovers, right? I think the entire thing is somebody giving prompts to a thing that made an ad, you know? Because it just seems like, are you kidding me? Who wrote this, a 5-year-old? You know what I mean? I'll have to look up Terrence Malick. Anyway, let me catch up with this. Yeah, there's this, I don't know. The thing about, look, I don't mind AI existing, right? You know what I mean? And I think it can be, useful, entertaining, interesting, all of these things, right? I mean, I've seen, videos here on YouTube where people, but see, the ones that I like consuming are where they're saying, hey, look at this trippy video that I made with AI, right? So that you know that it's AI and you know that somebody's trying to do something because they think that there's some weird advantage that they're getting something trippy using AI that they wouldn't have got without using AI. And I think that's fine. That's a really, really good use of AI. Fine. It's also good for, like there's a camera I was thinking of buying, but I'm not going to because the control stuff doesn't work in Linux yet. It's got a gimbal that's motorized and stuff, so it'll do all kinds of cool things. But until they get Linux support for the control mechanisms, it's not worth it. Now, why did I bring that up? My brain just totally dropped the plot. AI, I guess, right? Okay, right. Yeah, that was it. So they have the controls for the gimbal, right? So it'll follow you, and it goes up and down, and all this stuff, and and it can zoom in and out. It does all these things, really quickly, as if you had a cameraman, right? But it's being done by AI, and I think that's fine if you're a small person like me. I don't have a big budget, obviously, and any of these things, but you want to make stuff and you want to have it look cool or interesting, and you can't hire a cameraman, then you buy one of these things, right? I mean, I understand that. That's cool. But all the instances I'm talking about it being cool are where people are being honest about the fact that they're using a tool. You know what I mean? What I hate is when people go, oh, look at this piece of music that I created, and I tricked people into thinking that it was really Beethoven when it wasn't. And I'm going, you're a piece of shit. Go away. Because you're just, you're tricking people. You're being a con man. I think I've told this story before, but what it makes me think of is, okay, so imagine a long time ago, like say, at Gold Rush days or something like that, and my sister's living in San Francisco, but for some reason I'm living in Australia, right? Maybe I got sent there as a penal colony crap or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. All right, but let's say that I want to send, or my sister wants to send a letter from San Francisco to me in Australia, right? A lot of times, correspondence like that would be carried by people to people, right? Because, we didn't have Federal Express and this type of thing. So a lot of times people would go, oh, hey, I know this guy going to Australia. Maybe, he'd be willing to take a letter to your brother for you, right? That kind of thing happens. All right, so people do these things. Yay, groovy. And let's say that, the guy brings me the letter, and I'm so happy that he brought me the letter, so I give him a big generous tip or some crap, right? And then he starts thinking, hey, I could get big generous tips from people by telling them that they got letters from loved ones from far away, and he starts forging letters for people to get the damn tip, right? If you're using AI and trying to convince me that, oh, this is art by somebody or whatever, well, you're trying to trick me having used AI, then you're just as shitty as the guy who made the fake letters to get the people to get money out of them. You know what I mean? It's counterfeit. You're making something really phony, trying to pass it off as something else, and it really makes me angry. I'm sorry if if I'm getting kind of because to me art it's supposed to be humans making stuff for humans. Whether you dig painting or poetry or music or dance or whatever, any of these things, right? It's supposed to be humans making stuff for humans, man. Right? We're supposed to be trying to communicate with each other in different ways than just saying, hi, my name is, At least that's part of it anyway. I mean, art can do a lot of functions, but I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I should get off the tirade, because otherwise I'm going to start making this a negative experience for people, and the people upstairs. Are they arguing? What's going on up there? All right, I'm going to get off the brush thing here and start doing, what should I be doing? How much have we got? A half hour left. That's plenty of time to do some triggers. Anyway, Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay. Oh, I haven't seen any of the things that you've just mentioned, but those titles are all titles, Felix, that I've recognized. So I guess I do need to look at them. A good feeling about the future, James. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm pretty dubious about. So I have mixed feelings about the future. I mean, there are some things that I think that are going on that I can see immediately in my world, but that's, localized to, me, are actually, well, like, for example, mind test videos being successful, right? There's little things in the immediacy that seem okay. But in the broad scope of things, as far as world politics and stuff like that, I get very angry and unhappy, and so I stopped watching news for the most part. I just can't, it just aggravates me too much. Which, kind of bothers me because I feel sometimes like I don't know what's going on in the world. But then I think, what are you doing, dude? You're not an activist sort of person. It's just not my makeup. And, anyway. AI needs to stay in their lane. That's pretty funny. I like that. I haven't seen the live action movie trailers for Minecraft movie. Severance. Oh, I think I saw a thing for that. Wait, is that the one, like, it's something like where somebody's, is it, well, okay, so I saw an ad or something for it, and it made me think that it's got a bit of a sci-fi element in it, and that somehow this guy's memories have been stolen by, is it like an employer doing nefarious things, or a government doing nefarious things, or something like that? Yike. Anyway. So let's do some brushing on the microphones. Oh man, what is this saying? Raving about the show. Okay, I've already seen that. I don't know what Severance is yet. Mics are called Rode something. I'm not sure where I get what you're referring to. I'm not sure what mics you're talking about. If you're talking about these are AKGs. But I don't think that's what you're talking about. I think I've misunderstood you. Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah, I agree with you, Felix. And again, I'm not an accelerationist either. I don't, something fell down over there. Just because when people get too impatient, that's when bad things happen, right? I don't, if we really want, there to be more equitable solutions and, things like that, we just have to be thinking differently than we currently are, I suppose. But yeah, it seems to me that there are, well, things don't happen in a vacuum, and yeah. I do think that there are, because I've seen people here on YouTube, that actually this kind of gives me some hope, where people, actually it's even happened here on some of the live streams, where people have brought in the ideas that seems to be kind of growing, although slowly, is that people are kind of returning to the idea of wanting to see artists live, because that way you can be certain of, how genuine it is, right? If you're in the same room with them, right? I mean, I guess if it's a big stadium type thing, they could be doing, where it's, tapes and they're lip syncing and all that kind of thing, whatever. But see, there's the thing, right? It's leading us hopefully towards decentralization and more intimate venues and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I remember as a teenager being very excited by arena shows just because there's so many people there to see your band and whatever. But the truth is, this is back then, I'm sure sound is different now because of, technology and this and that, but I haven't been to an arena show in a gazillion years. But it's been my experience that the sound isn't as good in those places, right? So you have like really, really small clubs that have shitty sound, right? Partially because they never buy decent sound equipment, and partially because it's a small room that wasn't designed for audio in the first place. But then you get decent sized venues that have, good sound, a decent room, right? But when you get bigger than that, it starts going crappy again. You know what I mean? There's like this nice spot in the middle where it's like, oh, everybody can see the artist naturally. You don't need big screens for it, right? And everybody can hear them, I even like the idea that you could use mostly stage volume as opposed to sound reinforcement on the instruments. Oops, I keep banging that brush into the dang thing. So I would like to see that, Not to say that everything has to be consumed live and in person, but I think it would go a long way towards our world just being better if, somehow we, I don't know, elevated the way that we treated people that made things that were worth creating. Yeah, right. And, and AI in medicine is another one of those things, right? As a tool thing, it's absolutely, I would imagine that there are surgeons that would say it's indispensable. Especially when you're doing it, like, those things like microsurgeries and stuff, right? I'm certain that a lot of those, like, servo control type, little mechanism doodads that are, I imagine that there's probably some AI assisted stuff going on there. Okay, anyway, I think I need to see what's going on here. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, Tim. It's good to hear from you, and hopefully we will see you next week. And I hope your obligation isn't anything that's, a bad or unpleasant experience. So, anyway, have a good rest of your evening. It's the human interference that always fucks things up. That's funny. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. I mean, my biggest concern with AI isn't, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, isn't something like Terminator 2, right? My biggest concern with AI is it being in the hands of somebody like Elon Musk, who's just going to see it as a tool that helps him, get what he wants, and, and it's like, it's not like that causing harm to others is, just something that he can tolerate. It seems like that's part of the thing that he's, it's a feature. It's not a byproduct. I think he's a cruel, ruthless man. I got a little too much into that Sokoban tonight, didn't I? I just suddenly realized that I'm not doing very much with the triggers at all this evening. Anyway. Yeah, I agree with you, Taylor. Again, I don't think that taking over everything is the thing to be frightened of. I think the thing to be frightened of is ruthless, evil people using it for nefarious purposes to screw the rest of us for their own purposes. I saw a woman that video. What's her name? She lives in Spain. She used to be she's an American, but she lives abroad in Spain. I think she married a Spanish guy, maybe, or something like that. And she was making some interesting things, like Well, talk about the idea that well, I'm trying to remember and try to figure out a way of paraphrasing what she was saying without having to go back and rewatch the whole thing. Um, One of her suggestions was that to try to do things in ways that financially benefited yourself but didn't financially benefit, you know, the system essentially. And it could just be simple things like creating like tool libraries in your neighborhood, right? Setting up, like community gardens where actual farming can happen, create barter systems where people exchange, produce, these types of things, right? Um, Part of it is, the economic impact is, if enough people did it, it would certainly be, felt. But the other thing is what it does is it starts people into the idea of collective problem solving and being able to, think in terms of, humans being humans and not being pawns in somebody else's game. Oh, the other thing that she said that I found really quite interesting is that, there's all these stories that have been floating around the news and whatnot about all these various compounds and communities and all this stuff that are going to be, all this super fancy high-end stuff that clearly it's for, rich people. And then there's also these examples of bunkers and, all this kind of thing. Again, of course, all, rich people doing all these things. And she was saying that she thinks that rich people are doing that because what they're doing is they're preparing themselves for class warfare, right? That they're trying to set themselves up in all these pretty nice places, but that will be completely sealed off from the rest of us because they realize that things are going to go to shit and it's going to get even worse. And they're going to have to defend themselves from the rest of us, right? And I thought, that's an interesting idea, I think there's probably truth in that. In any case, let's try and get on to a more positive sort of topic because we're getting down to the less than 20 minutes left kind of thing. And again, I'm not going to go running off right at that ding of the bell, but I am trying to be, fairly... See, that's an example of one of those things that's my bad time management, right? If I just did what my normal self would want me to do, is I wouldn't even bother having the timer, and I would just let the live stream go until whatever, and then I would be regretting it tomorrow because of, A, time expenditure, but then also because of my back and, all kinds of stuff, right? But I bring that up for, not that, just complain, but it's an example of the kind of, it's like I have to use tools like timers and reminders and things to, try to get myself on track. It's funny because it's like when I did jobs working for other people, I was really good at that stuff, you know what I mean? But in my personal life, or like right now when I'm trying to do this, with the YouTube thing, it's like other stuff gets in the way, and next thing I know, it's like, oh man, I meant to do this thing for this video, but now, blah, blah, whatever. It's like, Anyway, I'll get better at it. It's just frustrating. Sorry to complain. So we'll do some brushing on the microphone. And then I think I'm going to brush on the end grain of the piece of wood. Then I think I will do some more with the beard brush. Although, I haven't done any crinkling. Okay, hang on, let me... Like Wally, yeah, that's certainly one possibility, isn't it? Do I ever still cook with seed oils? Not so much, because I just don't cook very often anymore. I mean, with actual cooking, you know. The only thing I really cook with any frequency outside of beverages, you know what I mean, like boiling water for making stuff, is microwave burritos. You know what I mean? I mostly eat salads and sandwiches and things that I don't really have to cook. RoboCop Detroit. Yeah, you know, I think there's going to be quite a bit of that here in the United States. Okay, I'm going to go get the chunk of wood. Bill's patented ASMR chunk of wood. So here we go. Brushing on the end grain. 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 Go back over here for a little bit. Go back over here to this side. Do a little bit more brushing on the end grain. Brushing on the end grain. Brushing on the end grain. But it's nothing like trying to do some quiet ASMR and have noises from upstairs. Okay, let me get the beard brush back. Oh my goodness, we have another. Josh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I will have a good night. You as well, my friend. And thank you for your generosity. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And the crowd goes, ah. Thanks again, Josh. And what was I going to do? I was going to get the beard brush, wasn't I? Because we're, what, down to 12 minutes? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing any crinkle stuff today. Sorry about that if anybody was expecting it. Hey, Ruby Tune. Why, you're coming up right on the end of the stream. Well, thanks for that sponge. Do I say Sponge Toe 75? Do I live in a shared home? Taylor, I live in, I guess it's the family home. We moved in here when I was 10. Of course, I went away and did all sorts of other things in the world. But I guess in 2017, I came back because my mother was in poor health. And it was advantageous to me as well because of health issues. Anyway, so I live in in a converted sort of garage basement sort of area that my dad allowed me to sort of just hijack and take over, that I remodeled so I can have the live workspace down here. But yeah, so my sister and her husband live upstairs. Her middle daughter and her partner live upstairs. A guy named Jarrell, who's a family friend, lives with us. He lives upstairs. My youngest nephew lives upstairs. and my dad and my eldest nephew. I feel like there's somebody else I'm forgetting. And of course there's the dogs. 2 pit bulls, some kind of bulldog of some mixed breed, something or other, I don't know, a lab mix, some little Chihuahua Terrier mix type things too. 3 of those, I guess. So what is that? There's 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 7 dogs live with us now. Upstairs, I don't keep dogs. I go upstairs most days. Sometimes because, I just need to do stuff around the house because things need doing, right, and also to, help Dad out and, make sure he's okay and all that kind of stuff, because I'm going to be 60 this summer. He's, so that means this June he's going to be 78. Yeah. So he just needs a little bit of attention and whatever. But yeah, I have my own bathroom down here. I have my little microwave, and I've got a little, electronic burner thing. It's not a burner, but you know what I mean, that, hot plate type thing. And I got a little fridge, and my bed's over there, but mostly it's my computer and musical gear, and I mean, that's the main point of the existence of the room, the way that it is. It's not that big. Let's see, so rooms got converted. So there's 3 bedrooms upstairs, and what used to be a dining room that got turned into a bedroom, so like a weird little hall sort of thing got, I don't know, it's weird. My dad just put walls in places that didn't used to have the walls, and now there's rooms. And then there's also, there's 2 little, I don't know what you call them, bungalows, I guess, in the back. They're essentially like, fancy storage sheds. And, right, so my dad lives in one of those, and my eldest nephew lives in one of those. And then everybody else has bedrooms. Or they share a bedroom with somebody. Yeah, so it's, 3 generations living in the house. Which was kind of my dad's hope. He wanted to have a multi-generational home, and I find it quite appealing too, now that I'm living here and whatnot. And early in my adulthood, I did live with my mom's mom, just because I got to live there for almost no rent, and, and she treated me more or less like an adult, so I could come and go as I pleased and all that. But anyway, oh my goodness. So Matthew, dude, you don't have to apologize at all. I mean, thank you for showing up, and thank you for your generosity, man. It's, whenever you show up, it's, don't feel like you need to apologize, man. That's like, just show up when you can show up. I'll be happy to see you. That's about all there is to that, man. And again, thank you for your generosity. It's fantastic. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Okay, hang on. I got some comments in between there that I missed. Oh, the other thing I do, Taylor, is I go upstairs most days because I like the dogs, and I'm the only one that gets on the floor and, actually plays with the dogs and, that kind of thing. I mean, other people did when they were younger, but it seems like when people get to be adults, they stop wanting to be sitting on the floor with the dogs. Did I get all the people? Yeah, I think I did, yeah. Make a nice timer to defeat the evil timer. That's funny. Oh, wow. You know, you're the Ruby Tune. You're the second person to mention that collab with Whispering Storyteller. Somebody else asked me about that just recently. I had totally forgot about that he and I had done that. That was kind of a cool little thing. Yeah, that was all right. Yeah, that was all right. That was pretty cool. He's a nice guy. Sorry, James. Yeah, just kidding. All right, I get it. Yeah. You know. Don't worry. I mean, I always stay a couple of extra minutes, so. You know, here while I'm just winding down, I might as well do a little bit of tapping on the back of the beard brush as well, shouldn't I? I feel like I need to come up with like a special lullaby or something to end the live streams with, you know. You know what I need to do is I need to find an old tape or something, or we'll probably find it online, but I don't know if any of you were old enough to have seen a show called The Romper Room. I can't remember the lady's name that did it. It was kind of a kid, well, it was a kid show. And she had the magic mirror. And there's this thing like you could send in like a letter sort of thing, right? You know, like a fan letter kind of thing. And she would like say your name at the end of the show. She had this thing that was a magic mirror, and she would do this thing, and she would say, you know, people's names, and it was like, I don't know, it was pretty interesting. But man, I don't know. As a kid, I always thought that was cool. Whoopsie daisy. One of the dogs is excited about something. Whispering Storyteller is just, he's an ASM artist. So whispering, and it's not storyteller, it's storyteller. Or are you being funny there? That's the thing with tech stuff, man. It's like it's hard for me to tell, you know. Gotta get that PB&J. I missed that, James, yeah. But you know me, man. I gotta have my PB&J, baby. Man, last week, okay, I ran out of peanut butter. And then I thought, that's okay. I don't need to go to the store right now. I can go tomorrow because I won't need peanut butter until lunchtime tomorrow. And then something happened again because of my horrible time management skills. And then I didn't have peanut butter for lunchtime. I thought, crap. So then I'll just make sure I get to the store sometime this afternoon before dinner, and I'll have a peanut butter jelly sandwich for dinner instead. And stuff got in the way, and so I went like 2 days without a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I just screwed up and couldn't get my ass to the store. You know? The woes of first world human, right? Oh, cool. Thanks for letting me know, James. Does she remember the lady's name from Romper Room? Okay. I could probably just Google it later, you know. Taylor. Man, some of you guys and your jokes, I tell you what. Okay, we're inside of a minute. The thing's going to go off. It's just going to ding, but I don't think you guys hear the ding, or maybe you will. I don't know, I'm not going to sit there for 40 seconds, wait for it to ding, so I might as well just keep doing this until it gets closer. Yeah, well, there it went. All right, so. Yes, I know it went off. My goodness. Got all these notifications on the computer, but yeah, I know I can see it. That wasn't a joke. I have peanut butter and jelly, usually preserves, and I usually have a glass of milk. Okay. That's enough tapping. It's time to call it a night. Is there any last minute questions anybody has for Sally Claster? Okay, thank you. I'll have to, yeah. Miss Sally, was that it? I don't know. That could be it. My favorite series or movie right now. Oh, I just started watching, and I'm kind of enjoying it. It's what's it called? Good Omens. It's with David Tennant, and I can't think of the other guy's name. Oh, crap. Anyway, yeah, it's I'm trying to think of where am I watching that. Well, it's going to have to be either Hulu or not Hulu, but well, it could be Hulu. Part of my dad has what it's like the Disney Plus something, so it has Hulu and Disney and like all the Marvel and all that stuff. But then he also has Prime Video, and he lets me use. I've got a profile on each of those. He lets me have that. Miss Sally, yeah, okay. Right on. Okay, gang. I'm going to call it for tonight. Well, just before we go, is there anything I can tell you about that's to look forward to for what I'm going to try to get out? Tomorrow there should be a video out. It's probably going to be affirmations, but I was thinking about changing my mind and doing another one of the story things. But so I don't know what order it's going to be in. But next week there's going to be affirmations. I'm going to try my go at another story of the Bill characters that I kind of made up on the spot. I'm going to see if I can just keep doing that now and again. And then I'll do another geography. And then Tuesday the 18th is when I'm going to schedule the next mind test to be released. So anyway, there you go for upcoming things. Of course, bear in mind that it is the policy of this channel that I can change the scheduling at any moment, without any kind of notification. So basically I get to change my mind whenever I want, so there you go. But that's kind of the gist of it. Is there anything else I'm going to tell you guys before I go? No, that's it. Just thanks for showing up. Thanks, everybody's for their generosity. Oh my goodness, I just can't seem to do anything right tonight. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it, everybody. I'll see you next Saturday night at 8. Aloha, siblings.